So literally Wednesdays are becoming now wrestling heavy when you think about it, right? You have on Wednesday NXT UK that just launched today at 3 p.m. Eastern time here in the East Coast. You have 205 Live, you have NXT, then you have the Mae Young Classic, and if you want to go the extra mile, you have Lucha Underground about to end soon on El Rey Network on Wednesdays as well. So literally Wednesdays, it's literally shit loaded with mass amounts of wrestling. Now, I will be covering the NXT UK moving forward. However, it will not be a weekly review that you see here like I do for NXT US or SmackDown Live or Monday Night Raw. Moving forward, what I will do with NXT UK, I will be covering it on the Team Heel podcast. So make sure you're tuned in every single week when we go live, and I will give my thoughts every single week on NXT UK. So if you are not yet, Motherflower, what are you waiting for? Make sure you are subbed to this channel and you listen to what I have to say when it comes to NXT UK and so many other numerous wrestling topics in the world of wrestling on the Team Heel podcast. Anywho, this is your NXT review for October the 17th, 2018. I was about to say NXT US. I feel like now you have to just say that, but that's just around the point. All right, overall, Aleister Black tonight returned. We found out what happened. It was labeled as a double main event tonight. Holy crap, a double main event. With the NXT Tag Team titles being defended. The Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong putting the titles on the line against the War Raiders. You had Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross and so many other stuff tonight. Overall, I thought NXT was a simple show. And not a simple show in a bad way, but a simple show as in like you watched it and you don't feel like your intelligence was insulted by any way, shape, or form like you would on Monday nights or Tuesday nights with the main roster. But again, I don't want to come off like that dorky NXT fan that will say just by default, man, NXT was better than the main roster type of shit. Again, I don't want to come off like that. It may seem like I am, but really I'm not. I'm just stating what I'm seeing basically. But that's my honest opinion. As always, I want it from you guys in the comment threads below. Give me your thoughts on this week's episode of NXT. If you enjoyed the show or not. If not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven, where you can just tweet me there and all that fun stuff. I want to give a big thank you to Salrex for this awesome overlay that you see right now for this NXT review. If you are a YouTuber or podcaster and you want awesome overlays and layouts and logos done for your YouTube channel, your podcast, make sure you hit him up at Official Salrex on Twitter. I have a link to his Twitter down below in the description box. Not only has he done stuff for me, but for OKFave, for Big Mike, for the Big Mike Wrestling Recap Show, JD from NY206, I'm pretty sure you all know who he is, the Solemn Monster from the Solemn Monster Sounds Up. Again, I'm pretty sure you know who that motherflower is as well. That Ass Podcast, and also the good people over at the No Holds Bar Wrestling Podcast. So again, hit him up on Twitter at Official Salrex. Tell him that I sent you. Tell him you want awesome stuff done for your channel, your podcast. The show kicked off with the tag title match between the Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong versus the War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe. And I gotta say, honestly, I'm surprised they kicked off the show this way. I get it, it's a double main event. But considering what happened at the end of the show, I understand why this match went on first. I thought overall, for a match and the way it was going, it was a very, very good match. They had you near the end. They literally had you believing that the War Raiders were going to actually win the belts. And I liked the attention to detail in this match, where you had Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong just double teaming on Rowe, just double teaming him and just working on his leg. And again, the detail that I was mentioning, you know, a couple of months ago, they did mention in that whole thing where they try to have you get to know the War Raiders, right? They talk about how many years ago Raymond Rowe did suffer almost a career-ending injury in a motorcycle accident. This happened when he was in Ring of Honor. And they worked on the knee throughout the match. And again, just that small detail that I did like. They were trying to not have Hanson tag in. And eventually he did. And the Warrior did all this crazy double team maneuvers that literally had you going like, holy fuck, how is that even possible for some people at their size to do the shit that they were doing? Adam Cole did get involved in the match as well to distract the War Raiders, but to no avail. And again, like I said earlier, they had you really thinking that the War Raiders were going to win the tag titles, right? They had their double team finisher. And then out of nowhere, out comes Bobby Fish, who was out with an injury this whole time. He's back. He attacked the Warrior with a steel chair, and now the Undisputed Era are now a 4-man group, no longer a 3-man group, but still you kind of get the gist. At the same time, though, Bobby Fish has been on TV this whole time, so it's not like he's really been gone, but now he can get in the ring and all that stuff. So I enjoyed it for what it was, but I get the purpose, though. You brought back Bobby Fish, and let's see where this goes. I'm intrigued. I don't think it's the end of this. I think it's going to lead up to a War Games match down the road with the Undisputed Era and the War Raiders, but we'll see how that goes as well. We see backstage Nikki Cross writing EST on pieces of paper, just ripping it and going insane. William Regal in his office he was being interviewed if he asked Nikki Cross about what happened, and apparently, per him, he's going to ask Nikki Cross about the whole Aleister Black injury, or who took him out, if you will, after her match with Bianca Belair. We had Shayna Baszler going at it with Britt Baker, that's right, the girlfriend of Adam Cole. You might remember Britt Baker. She was part of that All In Fatal 4-Way Women's match from All In. It was her and Madison Rayne and Tessa Blanchard, and I want to say also Chelsea Green. But in this match, it was literally a short match where Shayna just literally took out Britt Baker with the referee stoppage. Apparently, she injured the arm. And again, I get it. You're hyping up Shayna Baszler. You want to give her some momentum going into Evolution. She's going up against Kairi Sane. So again, you want that momentum. You want her to go in there as a threat, as she actually really is when you think about it. And then after all this, the referee is telling her to stop, to relax, that being Britt Baker, and then Shayna Baszler with a running knee to the face of Britt Baker just laid her out. Again, all this for momentum, all this to make Shayna look like a threat to Kairi Sane in her women's title. We had Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch returning, and they faced a team of Ting and Rocky. They look like the Orient Express from back in the 90s, and you think about it. It was a short match. It was a short match just to get Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch over here. They got a reaction. They're coming. There's like their comeback, if you will. I mean, you could put them in the War Games match, I guess, with the War Raiders. But again, we'll only see where that goes. But again, it was all this done just to get them back, and there they are. We then get the main event. We get the main event of Nikki Cross and Bianca Belair for the second time. I thought it was a fun match. My only thing that I found funny, there was glitter all over the ring. There was glitter all over Bianca Belair. There was glitter all over Nikki Cross. And I get the message they're trying to give here that Bianca Belair, being undefeated, right? She's never lost a match. And she hit literally Nikki Cross with everything. And Nikki Cross kept getting up. She kept kicking out. She kept kicking out. There's a moment in the match where Bianca Belair go for a gorilla press slam. And she's doing EST, right? As she's doing it, she's squatting at the same time. Nikki counters it, but eventually Bianca Belair, there's like this like sit down power bomb, right? And it got a huge bump on it, whatever, and got a near fall. And again, Bianca Belair is already in this moment in tears. She's concerned. She's worried because again, she's undefeated. Her streak might end. And out of nowhere, the lights go dark. The lights go dark, and you see in the ring Aleister Black. Aleister Black is back. He's returned. Holy crap, after being gone this whole time, after someone took him out. Who took him out? We don't fucking know. But Nikki Cross knows, right? And people were chanting, Nikki has a secret. Nikki has a secret. And Nikki Cross starts rolling around the ring, acting silly, acting goofy, which I can appreciate, to be honest. And then Aleister Black tells Nikki Cross to, come here. Like, come here, bitch. Come here, wench. If you will. Come here, pal. And he just tells her in this small, silent voice, tell me. Tell me. And I guess Nikki Cross whispers in his ear, right? And you see this rage in Aleister Black. Like, his blood just started boiling up. He started just being insane. He knows who did it, apparently now. And if I'm to predict, I would say it's probably Cassius Ohno. But then there's that part of me that says Johnny Gargano. Or maybe it's even, Tommaso Ciampa. But we'll see. It could be anybody right now. But we now know that Aleister Black is now back. Bobby Fish is now back. Aleister Black now knows who attacked him. Also, we're going to find out probably next week the details on what's going to take place for TakeOver War Games for the NXT Championship match. Most likely, it'll probably be Tommaso Ciampa versus the Velveteen Dream. You can probably add Aleister Black into the mix as well, but we'll see how that goes too. Overall, again, I thought NXT this week was an easy show to sit through. It was simple, and I love the attention to detail. Okay, that's my opinion. As always, give me your thoughts down below in the comment threads of this video. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, where I tweet through all these shows: Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Impact, and all that fun stuff. Remember, I will be reviewing the NXT UK on the podcast going forward. So again, if you're not subbed to this channel yet, what are you waiting for? Sub to this channel right now, Motherflower, so you'll be notified when the Team Hill podcast goes live every single week, where I will be recapping NXT UK and also other numerous wrestling topics in the world of professional wrestling. I'm HeelSteven, and as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, we're out like Janice titties. It's wrestling and whatever. But yeah, seriously, Aleister Black now knows, and I wonder what the hell Nikki Cross whispered in her ear. She probably just told him that, meet her in the back, and but we'll see. I don't know, bruh. Fuck it.